All right. This is the second video on db2mon script. So in the previous video, we demonstrated the online mode, how to run the script. The second part is to run those scripts in offline mode. That means typically we will use the IBM provided script. We're going to do a export the data and import the data to somewhere else, not within the database itself, and import to another database, and then run the report. There's so many ways to accomplish this. But the basic step is export on the server, transfer to the target, and import on another typically repository database. Of course, for those export, import, we can use like a catalog DB to do this as well. And also the location of repository DB can be, within the same database server, under different instance, same instance. There's so many options. Okay, so in this demo, we're going to do a simple one. Let me pull up a simple diagram to show it. Okay, so this is the simple diagram. We're going to do a demo. So I have a database server. So we're going to use the db2 provided script to do our export and to a file on this database server. Then we're going to transfer using SCP from a database server to another server that is we see called a repository server. So we transfer those exported files and into another database, and then we run the report. So that is the demo we're going to do. As I said, there's many ways to do that. In this example, we use a separate server, separate database. Use SCP to do the transfer. As said, there's so many ways to do that. For example, instead of using two servers, you can use on the same instance, you can create another database or create a different instance, a different database. Also, regarding the scripting, you can run script from server side and push the data over, or you can run from repository side, pull the data over, something like that. Okay. Also, for example, you can from this side in the repository, you can catalog the remote DB and run the export script. So in this way, it's much even simpler. Or you can script from this side, catalog the from the server side, catalog the repository server and database. Then you can push the data over. So there's various varieties. So in this demo, to make it more clear, because I would like to use those scripts to demo the methodology. So it is it's more easy to use this approach. So it's 3 steps. We can review the scripts and look at the step, what this script's doing. Okay, and of course you can modify this script to be more useful. So instead of just used exactly, you can actually modify the script and create a database and import and save all the history data and make a repository, so you can do lots of performance related assessment, All right, anyway, so let's go. So this is the demo. Basically, I'm going to use one session to simulate a workload just for, so we can have some data to review. And then on the server, I'm going to run the export, then SCP to another server, and on another server run the import and do report. This is the basic steps. So here's we have the two servers I'm going to using. One server named O9 is Oracle Linux 9, and the db2 instance is db2mon. And another server, I call it a repository server. The host name is U22, that is Ubuntu 22, and going to serve as a repository server. Okay, so now I have three windows. Let me show you. The first window is I'm going to use to generate workload, similar like last time. It's on the server side. Then I'm going to use another session connect to this database server and run the export and SCP. Then I'm going to use the repository server to import those data. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to first go to the database server. In my case, it is O9, that is Oracle Linux 9 in my case. So I'm using the root user and log on. Then I switch to the db2 instance owner. So the database is already running. So let's take a look at the list db directory. So we will see there's a single database called sample. So we created, we have last time, they have like 8 tables. So we're going to use for this demo list tables. So 8 tables, it is, I need to connect first. Okay, let me connect. And db2, let me start it first, okay? It's not working. Well, my keyboard is locked. Let me see what's going on. I have to, I guess, do something. The keyboard somehow it's locked. And it's working here. Here. All right. All right. So connect database. Let's start it first. Okay. db2 start, and then connect the database to a list table. Okay. So that is the database server. So we're gonna have what we're going to do is going to run some queries and generate workload. Okay, so now let's see list the tables. Just examine the system. Okay, connect the database and examine the tables. Also, you can see an earlier version. It is 1159. Okay, so in this case. So now it's ready. So I'm going to go to a folder called tcph. So in the folder, the query folder, I have a script called run.sh. It basically runs those scripts one by one, okay, to generate workload. So I'm going to go ahead and start this query. And so they all select statements. Some take a few seconds, some may take like a few minutes. So this is the workload I'm going to run. And the second session, so we're going to go to run the export. Okay. So for the export, we also need to log on to the database server. In this case, is O9. So I'm log on to that server, and same thing. I'm going to switch to the db2 instance owner. And also, as I said, this script in this location, so this is the Linux location, it is in the home instance home SQL lab on sample and perf. So this is the script we're gonna use. Okay, so we're gonna use db2 export, db2 import, and db2 report. So let's take a look at those scripts. So I'm going to cd to this location and take a quick look. So using this approach is more clear exactly what we are doing, and instead of use that single script. Another good thing about this, if you regularly running those scripts, right, you can collect lots of data. So if some issue happened in the past, like you have something to look. So that online you can only look at right now. If you have some problem or you scheduled to look a specific time. With this offline, there's two advantages at least. First, you don't overload the current production system. Second, you can save lots of history information and to look the any performance issue. Also, in the past, for example, if you get a call and when you log on the system, the problem is already resolved, then you have no clue what's going on at that time. However, if you have those spot reports running on a regular basis, you might find some information during that time frame. Okay. All right, let's look at this export script. So the export script is very simple. So basically, this is going to just see export to a file. It's ended with underscore start. Then against the some table function. Okay, so that is the begin the export. So the script is going to wait like some seconds, like 30 seconds or something by default. Let me look at before. This is all the export section. Okay, so we'll see it shortly. So this is the export session. So basically, this is going to do two things, right? So one thing it is begin or start. Another thing it's end. So let me do a search where the I think it should be like sleep something, right? Yeah, here. So in this script, it's hard coded. The sleep time 30 seconds. That is the default. So for us, in order to use the script, we have to manually change. Okay, so because we can't change the script here, that is owned by the read only by the bin user. So let's do a copy. So we're gonna copy those scripts to somewhere else. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna make a directory in the home directory called perf. Okay. Then we copy the db2mon export direct to that directory. Okay. To perf directory. Let's see. Okay. So let's cd to that location. So now we're going to do perform export. Okay. So let's see. We don't want 30 seconds. Let's see. We just want 10 seconds or 5 seconds, just for demo purpose. Okay. So let me search that string. So it says, okay, I want 5 seconds. In the real time, in the real world, of course, we may want to gather like 5 minutes. No, 5 seconds definitely may not be very useful, but we probably get like 30 seconds, 300 seconds, or maybe even a few 10 minutes. That's fine. Depending on. So let me just save this. Okay, it's saved. Okay, so that is the script. So now we, if system having issues or you need a mod, take a snapshot about, so you're gonna run this to export the files. Okay, so let's just run it. So as I said, this export is basically export two sets. Let's go back to the diagram. So the export is exports first set. Let's see. At time t1, they export a set of tables, files, begin with underscore start. Then there's wait like certain period of time, like 13 seconds. Then another time, they export another one. Those file is ended with underscore end. Also, let's take a look, okay? So what I'm going to do is connect the database. So we're gonna do to run this script. Okay, so let's see, db2mon export. Okay, so actually I can monitor this. Let me put this into the background. So let's see, I'm going to the perf directory. So right now we only have this export. So let me put a monitor so we can see watch. So let's see watch ls. So I just want to see what file is being generated. Okay, so we're going to see run this file. Okay, so now you can see it. Those the files with underscore start will be generated, and then the script is gonna sleep for certain time, and then you can see those end script is end file is being generated. That is the two snapshots. At one snapshot, they exported the table with underscore start. Another, it is the source. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna quit this session. Let's see BG. Okay. So okay. So now if I look at this directory, you can see it. Those files. So basically, you have start files and end file. Then you will import those files into another database after we transfer this, and IBM DB2 is going to that import script is going to calculate the difference. If some data it is cumulative, then they calculate delta value. Some data is like pointing in time. They just reporting what is going on in the start time, what is happening in the end time. Okay, so that is pretty simple and straightforward. Okay, so now we're going to transfer this RX file to another system. So I would think it's probably better to if, like, for example, if this your DB server and your repository, you found a different version, you might consider just using the same script. Okay, for that purpose, let me also copy that scripted version on this here. So in this we can transfer to another server as well. Okay, so sample and the perf, and so we're gonna copy db2mon import script here and report script here. It should be same, I believe, but just in case, so it's no hurt to just copy those here. So once we have those scripts, and also we have the IX file, so we're gonna transfer. Of course, in a real time, you're gonna write a script to do this continuous, like in a single script. But here, for demo purpose, we just do one by one. So we have the exports. Now we're going to transfer those files to another server. Before we're doing that, let me log on to this Ubuntu server. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna log on to Ubuntu server. I have a user with same name with the server name, so it really doesn't matter, right? So now I'm gonna switch to that instance owner. So same instance owner in my case. We can have a different one, but just for simplicity, we created the same. So on this server, let me see, start the database, just in case it's not started yet. Started the instance. Okay, started. However, I don't have a database yet. If this is going to serve as a repository, we need to create. Okay, so let's see DB directory to see if we have anything. We have I create a DB called the perf DB. Right now there's nothing created. You see, list the tables. Let me connect first. Connect to perfdb. perfdb is just an empty DB. Okay, right now. So you see, there's nothing in this database. The syntax. Let me show you what I have in the history. Let's see. When I create time to create the database. I think let me drop it first because there's a probably better to create in 8 pages because I recall if I create in 4 pages by default, some scripts are gonna fail. So let me drop this database recreate. Okay, drop db. Let's see. So I'm going to recreate this database. Okay, simple. So we're going to recreate this DB, but this time I'm going to specify a page size. Okay, page size. Page size is going to be 8K. Okay, 82. Okay. So I'm going to create this this database. At the same time, let's prepare for the transfer. Okay. So let me cd up one level. So this is the folder or everything inside this folder. I'm going to transfer from the this server, the database server 09, and to the repository server 022 U22. Okay. So the command is going to be scp-r perf to another server because I have the same username, right? So I just don't need to specify, only the host name and location. Okay, so I'm going to transfer to the home directory on the target server. So let's see. Once this finished, so we're gonna run this command. So if we look at the diagram from here, so we did export, we get a 2 set of data. One is underscore start, another is underscore end. Now we're gonna do this is, let's see, this is step 1. So let's see, this is step 2. So step 2 is going to SCP those files to this server on the location. Okay, and yeah, it's still running. My probably is a little bit slower. It should be finished yeah, momentarily. Okay, so all right, the database creation is finished. Let's do ls. You see, this is the repository server. In the real world, probably if you use this, you already created. But this demo I just show. So I just created right now. So to show what is. So I'm gonna do the transfer. So it's assumed this this SSH setup is ready, so we don't need to provide password. Okay, so everything transferred. So let's take a look. Now you see we see the folder is perf. Okay, let's see. Go to the perf directory. So now we're gonna do the import. So to do the import, let's first take a look at this script. Okay, what did the import do? So the import script is basically do 2 things. I think that's so first they're gonna create some procedures under this db2mon schema. It's big job tables. Also calculate the properties. It's like this called db2mon.diff. This is a store procedure to calculate the values between these two snapshot. Okay, so and those is the store procedure IBM provide to us. So So in the section, you can see there's some like drop, some tables, then it's import. You see, it's import into the starting table. They also have section to import the end table and also some other customers food customized code. Okay, so now another one is imported the end table. Okay, ind table. After that, they will call the that diff store procedure to calculate some of those quantities like data have like cumulative nature. So you can see that basically they require to drop some table with the name underscore diff. So that is the difference. Then they call the store procedure and then insert the difference into those tables. We can see it shortly, okay? So then after that, this import is completed. So basically, this import is going to do three things, okay? So the import do three things. Which three things? Like they're gonna do so import those start files. That is the starting, right? So I'm not very good to write. Let me use the this one. Okay. Okay. So they're gonna do a import those files, ix files dot xf, and then also they're gonna import this anything like this one. They also do create the table with underscore with with underscore diff. So that is hold the difference between those data, and then insert the data into those tables. Okay, so let's take a let's just run this script and you can see it. Okay, so as I said, as we said, we looked early. You see, there's no tables at this moment. Let's connect first. Okay, so I'm do a connect. Why it is? I think that is the probably some bug with the Ubuntu, because I remember we did start it up. Now it's shut it down. Okay, so we started up, created the database. Maybe a resource contention, they shut it down. Okay, maybe short. So let's see. So this is a newly created database, nothing in this. Okay, so now let's do the tvf and run the import. Okay, so when we run the import, they will import those data, because the table will be created when you do import. That is what. So you see they create the store procedures and then import the data and calculate the difference. Okay, so once this is complete, we can see it. Okay, so right now you can see it is import start table underscore start ixf files. Now it's imported the underscore end. And once these two finish, then they're gonna call the store procedure to calculate the difference, if any. Okay, some data is pointing in time, so we don't need to calculate the difference. Some data it is the cumulative, so we will calculate. Okay, so it's still imported. So then they create some indexes, and for for the selecting. Now you see it's calling this the diff procedure and to calculate and the table. So now if we do the same list tables, you will see we have like 69 records. if we can see, if you do this, you see this is all the table with end. If you do a WC, you can see like 24 tables. And also, if you see any table with underscore div, so that means it's not all the tables, all the data have this cumulative nature. So you see only like 13 out of 27, they have this other table, maybe at this point in time. Okay, so let's do another one, start. So you will see 24 table as well. So that is the import. After import is done, so we basically have a 3 set of tables, and start, end, and div. So, and also some other tables using for reporting the pointing in time value. But one thing I would like to mention, because those scripts have bugs. So if you later when you examine those report, you may find some SQL error. So I already reported to IBM several times, just FYI, for those bugs. So they fixed some, but still probably have 1 or 2 bug. It's not fixed yet. So they said they're gonna incorporate it in version 12, something like that. So if you do implement those things, you need to check with IBM to get the correct version. So they're probably gonna send you the script, and instead of using the script from those directories, okay? If you use this offline methodology, just FYI. But it's not something major, just one of the table is missing. So I guess that is just development didn't do a very good quality check, current insurance QA, Anyway, so now we are ready to do the report, okay? So let's run the report. So let's go back to our diagram. So we do the import, and we see there's a table called underscore div, and it's ready for us to run the report. The report is simple. Let's take a look at the script. Report is just some select statement, Select against those underscore div table or some other table to report the things, okay? So if you read this copyright, actually it's fine. We can change. So now you can see actually echo report start here. So use this method, you can get a file that is actually purely for the report. Last time when we get that is lots of other information in that file, it's harder to read. For this one, it's just pure report. And also, if you see the select statement, so for those point in time, they just select either from this underscore start table or underscore end table. Okay, so that is point in time. We only need to see the these values. However, after we skip scroll down a few pages, you can see if we go to the section start the tag with db, then you will see a different. Okay, so let's see this one. db, this is one, it is cumulative nature. Okay, so you see this one, the db throughput. Okay, so that is where you look at the how busy your database is. You can set up like some baseline and so on and so forth. Okay, so in a real time, I think one of the important it is the current running SQL. So we're gonna use to report. Okay, let me generate a report, and you can see it. So I'm gonna use the tvf and run db2mon underscore report. Okay. So let's save it to a file. So it's called report. Let's see report txt1 txt. Okay. So if we run this report and take a look at the report, you will see and something like that. Okay, you will see the SQL statement and also the header and the these values. Okay, but sometimes when this SQL statement in this it's harder to read sometimes. So if that is the case, you might just say, oh, I don't want this minus the v flag. I just want to see the result. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one, generate a different one, so you can see it's more clear and more easy to read. Okay, so let's take a look. Report 2. So for this one, because they don't have the SQL itself, you just have the result, you see. Capture time, that is when this being captured, okay? Like a starting time. And this is at the start time of capture, what it is the SQL is currently running. In our case, we only have one SQL. This is the SQL. It's not the complete, but it is like maybe 100 characters or something. But you can use this executable ID to get the full text. Okay, so they also have how long it's been running. So in our case, it's been running 411 seconds. This is the CPU time, but the CPU time is basically the microseconds. So it's about 111 seconds. Okay. Also, this query says how many row read. So this give you a clear picture if there's like expensive SQL or long running SQL. Also, if there's a locking information, you can see from here. Probably this is what I was referring. I don't remember anymore, but like this one, undefined name. Somehow in this script, it's not consistent. Something missing, so that is the bug, And as I mentioned, I filed a couple of bugs regarding those scripts. A few of them is fixed, but they still have some, like this one probably is example. Okay. And you can get the most recent one from maybe Smart. You should be good, okay? Or you can wait to next release. But I don't know when this is going to happen. But anyway, so now you can see that is the end capture. So this is basically if the property is point in time, you will see those information. Then after that, so we're gonna go to the interval. See, data collected from start to end of monitor interval. For this one, the value is coming from this underscore diff table. So it's calculated delta value and commit per second, rollback percent, deadlock. Maybe this is not deadlock, probably. So some like so those information can be used for us to learn what metrics to be measured for the database performance. Okay, so if something suddenly like jump, oh, there's something wrong. So that is a good starting point. So I'm glad finally, DB2 have something for us, for the people working on the DB2 platform, to do the performance tuning to make it relatively straightforward. Because typically, if you're working on a database platform, you want something to be able to pinpoint it is a database issue or not. Or if it is something is like, for example, performance is not good, is this really the database itself? Or maybe it is the underlying I/O system. So you can using those reports to try to figure that out. Is this the database engine itself, or database itself, or some underlying operating system issue, or maybe network issue. Okay, so that report, it can be comprehensive. Depends on how often you're gonna capture those data. Okay, so one last word. So this is just one time, right? So if you want to like continuous run, so you can schedule those jobs every like if you follow the Oracle's practice, you can run it every hour. You export and import, export, import. So in the long run, you get many reports. You can also insert those table, save those table into like this database called a repository. So you can save the history. Then you can do report anytime you want. Okay, and any interval you want, right? So you don't have to be run like although you run this every hour, if you want to report like half day, 1 day during a specific period of time, you can just run a select statement against the history table as well. Okay. So, okay, that is enough today.